Oh, goodness. Today we're working on a Civic 2023. Beautiful, beautiful vehicle. I am your certified Honda technician, Caden. Today we got a little bit of an oil change going on. This one has the maintenance reset in the screen, which is nice. You just go to vehicle settings and maintenance info. We're just doing an oil change on it today. Reset, feel everything out, check the wipers, and we're off. I love Civics. Personally, I drive one. You really can just drive these things all year round. A good set of all seasons on these are amazing, especially with winter coming up. I would definitely recommend winter tires, but a good set of all seasons also go a long way. So this car's got about 26,000 miles on it. We're just gonna focus a lot more on the tires, filters, brake fluid, and we're gonna just check this alignment, make sure everything is good. There. Should be good. Set the maintenance light. Here we go. There. Give it a quick little feel. All right, I guess it has a mind of its own. Get this open. There we go. This is another option that I would have gotten. I have a 25 Civic SI in the urban gray. Right, check in here, check for leaks. Check the coolant level. With winter coming up, especially checking coolant levels is important. We're gonna top that off just a little bit. Get a little coolant top off on that max line. With winter coming up, making sure your coolant is topped off and checked is great. The last thing you want to do is have no coolant in your system, you have no heat. That's topped off. Check the air filters. Usually around 15K to 20K mark is when they get really dirty. So I would mark this in yellow. It's a little full, but it's not over full. You can kind of, a trick is you can look up, and if you can see through it, it's a good indication if it's good or bad. If you can see through it, it's still good. I can see a couple particles in there just getting a little dirty, but nothing crazy. Couple of the splines. That's good. Check the brake fluid. Brake fluid still looks good, doesn't look dark, contaminated. Usually with brake fluid, you can kind of see some fluffy cloudiness, and that's moisture building up inside of the brake fluid. That's always a great way to check that. So everything here is looking good. Looking for any leaks on top. Valve covers start leaking, anything good. For the most part, these motors are pretty solid. A few hiccups here and there, but nothing crazy. Just like any manufacturer. All looks good, no leaks up top. All right, we're gonna do a battery test. Our beautiful Express Tech Norm. Amazing dude, been here for almost, I think he just had his 10-year. We're gonna test this battery. Takes about 60 seconds. It'll run a nice test. It'll pull ampage from this and test load on it and see if it's holding a load, and it'll tell you if your battery is good. That's usually the slip you see in the sleeve. The advisor will attach that to your paperwork when you're leaving. Prints out a piece of paper that'll tell you if your battery is good or bad and your cold cranking amps. This one should be, this is about 450 cold cranking amps right here. So it should be about 450 or higher. Sometimes it's a little lower depending if the car was running or on. There's a threshold that they can kind of be in. Alright, so this battery tested good. You see the cold cranking amps is rated for 450. It measured at 743 cold cranking amps. Amazing. Battery's charged good. So we're gonna send that result, print. And this is the little paper that you should receive in your paperwork. And it's kind of good to check them, you know, seeing if the measured goes down compared to the rating. If it's under the rating, it might be time battery's starting to go bad. Every time every battery gets tested that comes in, it's even better. my hands all day, but I can't seem to work. I could not play guitar for this to save my life. Take these turn screws off. As I was talking about in the last video, some of these undershields have these little clips that will hold on to it. The other one I had to put a screw in to hold it in place, but these ones have these little clips right here that'll hold the undershield in place, which is very helpful. Crack this, and liquid gold. There we go. And the oil. It's a little dark, but that's okay. Slight oil leak. We'll note that and check that next service. How's that? That looks good. So while that's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and get tire specs, look at the brakes. So as I was saying earlier, having a good set of either all-season tires or winter tires for the cold, chilly season coming up is always a great decision. Even if you're able to spare it, having a separate set of rims with winter tires on is always a great idea. First, it limits the amount of time of driving on these, because then you're just swapping over to your winters. Prolongs these tires, and then you can use your winter tires, and they tend to last much longer than just rocking a regular all-season. But if you can't, having a good all-season, making sure they're in the 6, 7, 30 seconds, all in the green on your MPI, it's no concern. I am going to put it in for an alignment. I do see this inner wear happening, so it's on this part right here. Let me get a little better of a look on them. You can kind of see, if you were to look right here, imagine a kind of a straight line. You can see this inner side dipping in, which is great. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So we're gonna put it in for an alignment. It's nice when you come into the shop. We have a UVI machine, which can actually tell if your alignment is out. So I'll speak with the advisor and see if that's anything to be concerned about. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and try to muscle this filter off. Oh, and she's off. See, when they're hand tight, you know, you can remove it by hand. You don't have to use oil filter pliers. Spin this off. Always give it a little dab of oil, put it around the ring. Nothing crazy. Some people use grease. Just a little thing of oil will help. Just helps to take it off for the next person. And again, always hand tight. Just give it a nice little hand tight snug. Good, it'll stop right there. You don't have to worry about it after that. New crush washer for this one. Torqued to 31 foot-pounds. Not over torqued, not over tightened. Just right. You hear that click? It's tight, it's all good. Keep it pushing. Brake cleaner, give it a nice clean off. Finish that. There we go. I apologize. Today I am extremely tired. It has been a long week. Very long week. The shop's been super busy. A lot going on. Oh, there. Now, you may be asking, why do you use this gun? Why don't you use a Milwaukee or anything? Because this thing is so weak that it doesn't over tighten these screws. Tightens them just enough so the next person can get them off. I'm gonna do a quick walk around. We're gonna do what we call a shakedown. Check for tie rod and play, any play wheel bearing. Give it a good little shake. As the name implies, shakedown. It's only got 27,000, so I'm not expecting anything crazy out of this car, but check for the springs. On the older vehicles, I'd say, I know on the Pilots, the springs tend to break in the rear. Just with rust, especially being in upstate New York. Sometimes you won't even notice that the spring cracks, but when you take it into the dealership and you get your yearly inspection, you check the spring, suspension, and sometimes they get cracked, sometimes not, but it's always good to check them just in case. Do a quick once over. These tires don't look like they're in the worst shape. When we're done, look around, everything's in one piece. Give it a shakedown. Checking the sway bar links, making sure all good. You can see the sway bar link right here, either side. They look good. No leaking shocks in the rear. Once in a while, there's this little plate back here, and that will begin to leak. It's timing tensioner cover. It'll begin to leak. It tends to happen more on higher mile vehicles, but it's always good to check that. Again, I reiterate, make sure you're checking the tire pressures, whether it's at the shop or not. This one comes in at 31, we're gonna put it at 35. Because just like in the last video, I talked about it hot and cold. In the morning, it's much colder, but as you drive, the tires warm up, so the pressure will continue to increase. Think of atmospheric pressure. 35 all around. Door jam on this is recommended 32. So 35 to adjust for it dropping a couple pounds. It's coming in at a warm tire pressure, much higher than it would be normally. So going a little above the door jam never hurts anything. Allows it to adjust itself, because if you go let this car sit, I bet you those tire pressures are going to drop right to 32, right where you want them. All right, we're going to go ahead and check brake specs. So nice thing about Hondas is you can usually look right up in here. You can see the brake specs. These are a nice 8. I have been doing this long enough to the point I can see it, but if I was to break out a gauge like this, you might see this when a advisor comes to you and talks to you about doing brakes. You'll see it in the photo. You'll see, so obviously green, good, yellow, getting bad, and red is, oh, okay, I might want to replace this. Usually, a great recommendation is at 4 millimeters or lower is when you start to consider it, or hey, maybe I just want to start doing the brakes now. So these I know are an 8, but it'll slide right up into this brake pad, and boom, it'll fit right there. Now, let's say it was a 10. This one goes all the way up to a 10, to a 12 actually. Now the 12 won't fit in there because it's too big, but for reference, kind of shows you the different sizes and everything. Tire pressures are set, oil is changed, let's drop it. Working on cars repetitively all day, you have to have a pattern, you have to have a system, or you're gonna forget. A lot of times what happens is when you are out of whack or you're having a long day, you can go back on relying on that system of, all right, this is what I do, this pattern of everything. Because working on car after car, it can definitely break you down mentally. All right, but just like our last video, another 1.5, so 4 quarts. Again, saving you money maintenance-wise, and these Civics saving you gas. So, pour the oil. Oh goodness, we're gonna have to wipe that down after. Just like the last one. Spin it on. Make sure everything's good. Grab a rag, wherever a rag is. Ray. Hi, Ray. Alright, wipe her down. We're gonna start her up. Check the oil level. Make sure everything's good. Alright, let it run for a few seconds, usually 5 to 10 seconds. Make sure it circulates. Shut her off and let's check the oil level. Yeah, right on the money. Perfect. Wipe everything down. Looking good. Oil level's perfect. And that's a job done. Before we leave, we're going to reset the TPMS. It's because we changed the pressures in it. Some of these have TPMS sensors that'll tell you, tire pressure, what it's setting at, and that's how it reads it and it communicates back to the car. This goes off of wheel speed. One side droops lower than the other, and one tire will be rotating at a different speed than the other one because of that loss of pressure, and it will say, hey, and you'll get your little tire light. So we're going to come in here, vehicle settings. Now this is how it is done on this screen. It's simple. Come over here, you slide through, vehicle settings, TPMS calibration. You're going to calibrate 3 times. 1, do 2 initiations and 1 final. Calibration started, wait for that to disappear. Calibrate a second time, wait for that one to disappear, and 1 more, and then you're going to look right here and you will see the tire light pop up right over here. That's how you know it's initiated. You're all set. You change the tire pressures. Now you don't got to worry about it. Now, if I was to fill those tires and not do this, now the car knew what the tires were at originally, right? And so now that I changed them, suddenly they're higher up, and it will throw off its baseline, and you'll get a tire light. Thank you for coming to work with me. This is a beautiful, beautiful blue. This has got to be one of my favorites. I love these wheels because this is a touring model. These wheels, just it makes it a little more elegant. It's a beautiful car. My personal taste, you throw some tint on it, but I digress. Beautiful car. No, stop rolling down. Do not roll down. Nope. Stop it. Off we go. Ooh, it's a beautiful day out. Thank you for working with your certified Honda technician. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And remember, 8 hours of sleep is important. If you don't sleep 8 hours, you're going to lose your mind just that much more like I am.